Okay, that was season 1, episode 9 of Mob Psycho.
I'm going to answer your question that you asked at the very end. You said, do I think that Mob got more powerful?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's more just he's fully dedicated and decided about saving Ritsu at any cost.
He definitely was in a more, like, prepared mindset and was like, oh, I know you, I know what you're capable of.
And I know you actually took him.
There's no casualties that could be around, like, the students there.
I think, like, before he was still hoping that it could end without violence.
Yeah.
And I think he learned from that since he didn't go all out and he was trying so hard to not fight, that in the end, Ritsu got taken because of that.
And let's remember, it did seem like Mob was going to get serious and, like, kill him, potentially, before he got sprayed with the thing. So Mob's like, no chance for that. I'm not even gonna risk it.
Like, he said that there was no time.
Yeah.
And it's really true, because you can't give him even a second of realizing that he might get beat by you so that he can spray you.
So, to go, like, through the episode, I guess... we had the torture scene with Tarada. I was expecting, like, a big battle or something, but, like, just a cut right to his head, like, in a bucket of water being, like, waterboarded was nuts.
And the fact that I think it was mainly purely Teru that, like, handled them.
Amazing. And I love the idea that, like, you have to be prepared, like, in a fight like this. Or, because if you're caught off guard, regardless of how powerful you are, you can get... rolled, you know?
I just want to, like, talk about and just point out the fact that I am in love with how Teru treats Mob.
Agreed.
I adore it. It is so sweet. There's, like, this affection, this compassion, this care, this, like, as if Mob... It's, like, as if you're holding something that is dangerous, but yet it's delicate, but in a way that you're not scared of it. Yeah. I don't think he's scared of Mob, but he realizes that Mob is delicate.
Yeah.
And I feel like he understands Mob's personality and why Mob is acting the way that he does.
He understands kind of Mob so well.
Shut down emotionally.
Yeah.
And he's so sweet to him.
That's my favorite part of this episode, their relationship. So we have a couple of Claw's upper echelon. Yeah. The Scars.
Cool name. The Claw was already cool. Now we have the Scars.
And they all have scars. Mukai was a standout because she's younger as well as, like, Mob and Teru are.
I mean, the masked person, the, like, gas mask person sounds like a young... And they're short. They're really short, too. Like
Ishiguro. And I think you, like...
I feel like I might have been right. Because why else would they have a mask on and have a cute, sweet girl voice if it's not like Tsubomi?
It would be so good. It would be so good if
it's almost too nail on the head of what could be possible that it might not be.
I could just, like, picture in my head, like...
Because we asked ourselves why we haven't seen her at all since she was first introduced.
I could just really, like, envision in my head right now Mob being, like, incredibly serious, rolling like these people.
Yeah, about to beat all of them. And then this person takes off their gas mask and it's like, Tsubomi.
Yeah, and he's like,
and he can't believe that she's evil. Because it can't register for him that she would be evil, right?
If he thought that much about it, I just imagine him, like, awakening out of it and, like, getting all blushy and like forgetting about the situation. Yeah.
And then he'd be like, no, Tsubomi would never do anything wrong.
It could totally not be
Tsubomi, it's just my current,
but I thought it was a funny guess, and I could kind of see it. So, I wonder if, I get Claw has different, like, subdivisions of upper echelon, like the Scars, the whatever.
So this is the seventh
division. Yeah.
And these are the Scars. And are the Scars overarching, or are they of each division?
I think that the Scars are this division's upper echelon. Another division's upper echelon would be another group.
I mean, that would be compelling, because I feel like Mob could definitely, like, get through at least a few of these Scars really quickly.
Like, I could see, like, the Scars are here in the 7th division, the 8th division is the mustaches, the 9th division is the baldies. Like, they all, like, all of them have that similar... Like,
speaking of mustaches, Terada's mustache and like the black and white lines
Oh
of
my
it.
God.
It was great. I loved it. Great
Yeah.
character design with that. That was some Cruella de Vil, like, amazing. I loved that design.
It was so extra too, and I loved it. What came next? Oh, the kidnapping of Kaito. In my notes, I have Kaito and Daichi, and above Kaito I have a square because that's the shape of his head, and Daichi I have a circle.
God. They are a circle and a square. I thought that this show just completely, like, I don't know, it was, like, pretty violent last episode. There was, but...
Death is different.
A knife and blood and stabbing and killing someone, I was like, ooh, okay.
So,
it's a child who has,
funnily-
like, no psychic abilities other than being able to talk to his brother.
I had a feeling about it. Like, it didn't feel real to me because he dragged him into the other room just to drag him back out.
It was so shock value.
I think, I was thinking, in the moment before it happened, I was like, oh my god, he's going to, like, squish his head and kill him or something. But it didn't happen, so I was like, I don't know if it's gonna...
Wait, are their glasses also the same shape as their heads?
Yeah.
They are.
It's amazing. Great character design.
And I like when the one guy, I think it was Takashi, was like, Daichi's grieving. We can't do this yet.
Yeah.
And then Daichi just turns around and he's like, no, I'm talking to my brother.
And hasn't, like, told anybody that, like, his brother's fine yet?
Well, he's on the phone.
Yeah, you're right.
You can't interrupt people when they're on
Ray
the phone.
has a crush on Ritsu, and nobody can tell me any different.
And Go and Takashi were jealous of that.
Yeah. I loved it. I love...
And Ritsu's smart enough to see where the cameras are.
I love how, like, Takashi like, they're all so, like, I'm the strongest ever. Like, look at my incredible power.
And then they're like, ooh, but I don't think I can do that.
It's just, I don't know, it's awesome.
I want them all to get stronger, don't you?
Maybe.
I do. I want them all to, like, hone their powers.
Maybe
that
they could
have.
one day become somebody like a Terada kind of thing through training and stuff. I did have a note, though, when they were outside and fighting Terada, like the actual fight of it, Mob had some type of line that was I guess there are a lot of ways to use powers. I wonder if Mob will ever come up with techniques, or it will always be just the sheer, like, you know.
Well, he says
power.
that, and he sees this, and then he, in the next, like, sequence, Teru takes this technique.
Yeah.
And tries it out.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a great, like, kind of setting an example for Mob of, hey, you saw something, and now you apply it.
Yeah. If he needed to.
If he needed to. But honestly, he can just, like, flick.
Because apparently technique means nothing before absolute power.
And Mob is absolute power.
But in my head, I can just picture, I'm like a blast, okay? For example, like, if we had, like, a villain that had, like, or a fire, and they, like, threw out, like, a fireball that was, like, 5 feet big, and Mob was like, oh, I should try that, and do it, like, and does it, and it's just like a sun. It's, like, so much more powerful.
Yes. I would love to see him try new things with his powers. I mean, it's already great that he's kind of learning that there's more to powers than he even thought about.
Yeah.
Because I think that it's important for him to learn that having psychic powers isn't necessarily, like, a horrible curse.
Yeah. I think Teru, in his own right, is like a prodigy. Like, I think he's probably like...
Oh, Claw has had their eye on him, but never kidnapped him.
Yeah.
They've never messed with him enough to kidnap him.
I like seeing the fights between Teru and, like, other psychics, because they're more, like, even-footed.
Yeah, and Teru's just kind of like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll take care of... What did he call them? He called these, like...
Mini-bosses?
No, before mini-boss. He was like, let me take care of the blank. The ones that aren't as good. There was a word he used. I'm blanking on that.
It's such a common word.
Yeah, it was like, not even goons, no.
A henchman kind of thing?
Henchman, something. Something to say that they're not good.
Leave all the grunts.
Grunts,
Yeah.
there we go. It makes me think of Halo.
Yeah. Oh, I just love the characters in the show, man. I really love Mob and seeing, like, his, like, what they do with his emotions and character. Like, I love him, like, holding up his hand to stop Teru.
Not to mention, like, character design is just phenomenal in this show.
It's so good.
What did you think about the fact that these, like, grunts were calling the kids naturals? we know that they're like creating psychic powers, and that's like a really interesting dynamic to create kind of more of a resentment and why the grunts would want to fight back against the naturals, because they desired psychic powers enough to like have them given to them.
I like that.
Or want them.
I think it's a cool terminology, but also like it's like, I don't know, it makes you wonder, are the people who aren't naturals potentially stronger or weaker? Like, do you lose something transferring that power over, or are you able to like enhance it?
Well, you know, they always say like if you ask for great power, then you have to give something up.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a situation like that. Like you give up some of your lifespan. Who knows? It could be like some give and take.
Some condition.
Yeah, some condition.
I love that like Mob was like, Dimple's dangerous. Like, I love, because in reality he wasn't dangerous really to Mob in the moment in episode 3 I think. But if he got all of his power back, maybe he would be. Or if he could control a psychic body, maybe he would be. Yeah. Like, I think that Dimple... What episode was that? Was it episode 3? Yeah. Episode 3 Dimple, I think, would pose a bigger challenge to Teru in my, like, mind. Yeah, because, I mean, it makes you wonder. Mob has beaten both of them. Yeah. So are they on even footing? Dimple at fuller strength and Teru? Or a good fight, you know? Like, I don't know. I absolutely love that Dimple took over someone's body and has, like, the dimples on it. Like, it was a great idea. I would not have, like, thought to have him possess someone to enter this facility with them. I don't really understand why he did it. So that he has a physical body, maybe, so he can punch or kick or help in some way. I'm not really sure. Well, if he has a body he can use psychic powers in, right? It's not a super strong body because it's not a psychic body. Oh, true. But he can probably gain more strength and actually do something. It's crazy that Mob didn't even, like, realize, like, he almost exorcised Dimple, right? He doesn't even know, because he doesn't know anything about being psychic. Yeah, well, he knows some stuff from Reagan, and, like... Which Reagan knows from a book, probably, right? He's a smart man, yeah. He's learned from experience. I find that so bizarre that he doesn't, like... He was like, okay, I'm going to exercise Dimple, and then he's like, obviously, he probably just doesn't understand, like, the fourth dimension of the inner workings of, like, psychic powers and spirits coming back. And where does one go if they're exorcised? I mean, in Mob's mind, he might just, like, send them back to another dimension or world, like, through a portal. Yeah. I love the art in the show so much. Oh, I love that both of them, like, raised up their hands against that grunt and pushed him against the wall, and Teru was like, no. Just let me do it. You're gonna kill someone. Mob's first intuition, which we were both wrong when in regards to needing help, we thought Reagan, but he was like, the Body Improvement Club. Amazing. Who do you think's gonna be the next Scar that Mob goes up against? Do you think it's gonna be one-on-ones? I think they're all cocky enough that it will be one-on-ones. Yeah. I think they're all cocky enough that they think they're stronger, and that if they go in there prepared, that they'll be able to beat him. Gotcha. You know? I feel like it might be the glasses guy, just because we've met him more. Sakurai. And he had a dynamic with Kiyomi? Yeah. Kiyomi? The other guy with the scar that stole Ritsu. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it'll be him next. That would make sense. I love his power base, like the sword, the katana. I wonder if it is Tsubomi, whoever Ishiguro is. Do you think that's the final boss? Do you think that it's going to be like psychic match off kind of thing? Final boss for this division. Yeah. But I don't think final boss for the anime. Here's the question. If and when they defeat the 7th division of Claw, if they get Ritsu back, I don't see Mob having any motivation to go after the rest of Claw. I don't think he's care. People are probably gonna come to Mob asking him for help, and he's gonna be like,
You want me to fight?
Or the rest of Claw would go after Mob, like, as a retaliation kind of thing.
That's true.
Do you like the gang with Ritsu, though?
I do. I think it's good for Ritsu to have this, too.
Me too.
Because I feel like he can feel kinship to these people, not because they necessarily all have psychic powers, but kinship in the way that all of them want to be psychic and get stronger. You know? Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's a really cute dynamic of this, like, group of friends.
Agreed.
I think there is potential for Mob to want to continue to go after Claw after he saves Ritsu. And I think that's because he's currently having development in terms of realizing that using and having psychic powers isn't necessarily a curse and a horrible thing. And you can actually save a lot of people.
Yeah.
And he might end up wanting to, like, realizing how many kids are getting kidnapped and brainwashed, you know? And he might realize, I'm someone who can save all of those kids. Just like Ritsu and all of his friends.
Or maybe Teru thinks that and then, like, tries to get Mob to help.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Teru would be more, oh, Mob's gonna go? I'll go. I'll help you.
I'm so excited to see how we get back to Reagan after this. Like, oh
Reagan's
yeah, we just
be like, Mob has been missing
he's
from
gonna
work
be
for a
pissed.
week.
Like, he was like, you didn't call in like 2 weeks ahead of time for a vacation. Like,
oh yeah.
We're just gonna demolish a whole division of an organization and then go back to work. I love it.
And Mob's gonna be like, I was doing this, and Reagan's be like, oh yeah, I knew you were doing that.
I could sense it from here.
Sense it.
Yeah. Like, if you look at the screenshot that I have up now, it looks like 2 eyes, like that their displays are. I think that's really cool. I just like the art direction.
Does it match
and the designs.
the gas mask at all? What shape are the eyes on the? Oh no, they're
Circles.
circular.
Dude, if that is Tsubomi, I'm gonna lose my mind.
What other, like, small female characters have we had? We've had Tsubomi, and then we have that one journalist girl.
Yeah,
that
but
was
I
it.
wouldn't
But
think...
I don't think she would do it.
No.
At all.
We don't really have any...
But, because, like, I remember we've said, why have we not seen more of Tsubomi? If she's, like, in the intro, we have been introduced to her in the first episode. We haven't seen her at all. Like, no interactions. Except for that flashback of showing the, like, bubble of water and
That's
stuff.
true. Maybe she got bored with psychic powers because she could do them.
She does say that she's interesting.
I don't know if I have her name right, but Karata Tome, potentially, the president of, like, the Esper Club, she is going to love the idea of Claw, I think.
Yes.
Like, just, like, all this potential for aliens.
And then she's gonna wonder if they have contact with aliens.
Yeah. Good episode.
It's a bunch of adult espers. That's what she wanted.
True.
Okay. Well.
I wonder if Mob stood her up. Maybe that's why they have to do
dates.
it this night. Yeah.
What if she, like, starts to actually fall for him?
I think it would be like, oh yeah, like, you're my boyfriend. Like, you don't have a choice. Like, we go on dates all the time. And he's like, okay.
And, like, someone would be like, are you guys boyfriend and girlfriend? And she'd be like, yeah, we go on dates. And Mob would be like, what? We're dating?
All right. That's all I have, you.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time. Another division's upper echelon would be another group.
I mean, that would be compelling.
Another division's upper echelon would be another group.
I mean, that would be compelling. I mean, that would be compelling.
I mean, that would be compelling.